Hello everyone, welcome to my program. My name is Dr. Lee. I come from Bukit Mertajam and now I'm staying in Johor, in Kluang. So welcome again. And now, as you know, I'm uploading my book, which was published 2 years ago. I become very lazy. So this book is published in 2 languages, and I'm now actually uploading, of course I'm teaching this lesson 35. And it is the last video for lesson 35. Video number 5. Lesson 35. Exercise 7, exercise 8. Page 103 if you have the book. So this is the last video before I go to lesson 36. And when I have reached lesson 36, it means to say 4 more lessons to go and I have finished uploading the whole book. Every page, every question, every chapter or lesson. Okay? So let us look here. We are now doing question text. Why do we use question text in grammar? We use question text in grammar as a way to get response from other people, and we expect the other person to agree with us. So if I start with yes, the answer that I expect is yes. If I ask the question with a no, I expect the answer to be no. Okay, so let us look at the first one. It slept under the tree last night, didn't it? So you can see the word slept. Slept is the past tense of sleep. So because it is the past tense, there is a did inside this word, which we don't write. We don't even speak. When it is a past tense, we directly use the past tense word without mentioning did. But when it becomes a question tag, this word did, put it behind the comma, it becomes didn't. And then it, bring it to the back here, and then put a question mark. So remember, if you are writing by yourself, you should put a comma and you should put a question mark. I have seen students doing that, you know. No question marks, no comma. That is wrong. Okay? She swept the compound of her house, didn't she? So swept again is the past tense. So there is a did inside there. So what you do is, the past tense did here, behind the comma, you write down didn't, the opposite of did. And this she, bring it to the back, small letters, and then put a question mark. Now what answer do I want? What answer do I expect? If I say, it slept under the tree last night, didn't it? What is the answer I want? That I want? Yes, it did. Because I started with slept. Positive. She swept the compound of her house, didn't she? What is the answer that I want? That I expect? That I want you to agree with me? Yes, she did. Because I started with she swept. I did not start with she didn't sweep. You see? So the answer that I want is yes. Okay? Puan Alisa sent the parcel, didn't she? Puan Alisa is a woman or a lady. So we know that we have to use she. So bring it here. And then sent, S-E-N-T, is the past tense. The base form, or we use it in the present tense, S-E-N-D, that is the present tense. So this word is the past tense, therefore there is a did inside here. When you bring it to the back after the comma, it becomes didn't, the opposite. And then Puan Alisa changed to the pronoun she. You can see over here, the last word is a pronoun. So you have to use a pronoun, see? There are 7 pronouns in English. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. 7 altogether. So you can see here, it, she, you, he, they, it, they, she, he, it, she, he. Pronouns. You cannot say, didn't Puan Alisa? You don't say that. You directly change to the pronoun. And the answer that I want is, yes, she did. Because I started with, Puan Alisa sent. So that means it's a yes. That means the answer that I want is yes. And why do I start asking like this? Because I believe that she sent the parcel. Or I know she sent the parcel. Or I think she sent the parcel. That is why I ask with the positive. Okay, she sent the parcel. Okay, I think it's like this. So I want you to agree with me. And the answer that I expect is yes, she did. You wrote a letter to your cousin, didn't you? Same, you. But small letters. Wrote is the past tense of write. So because it is a word in the past tense, there is a did inside here, which we do not write and we do not speak. But then when we change it to a question tag, after the comma, you have to bring this did over here. It becomes didn't. And then the you remains the you. What answer do I want? What answer do I expect? What do you want? What do I want you to agree with me? Is it a yes or a no? It's a yes. Because I started with, you wrote a letter. I started with the positive. I ended with the negative. The answer that I want, the answer that I expect is positive. So yes, I did. Encik Anwar invited all his friends, didn't he? Encik Anwar is a man, so is he. And invited is the past tense. There's a did inside that we don't speak and we don't write. So, this did, when you move it to the back behind the comma, it becomes didn't. And then he, you need to use he because you cannot use Encik Anwar anymore. The object is a pronoun. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. Alright? They cleaned the compound of their house, didn't they? So clean, ed, past tense. So there's a did here, which we do not write. We do not speak. So this did, move it behind, after the comma, it becomes didn't. And then they, bring it to the back, it becomes they as well, but then small letters. What is the answer that I want? Yes, they did. Because I started with they clean. The wind blew strongly last night, didn't it? So the wind is it, pronoun, so bring it to the back, small letters. And blue is the past tense. Now I have heard students say blue, blue, blue. No, it's blue, as the color blue. So the wind blew, past tense, so there's a did inside here, which we do not speak, we do not write. Okay, it is hidden inside. But when you bring it to the back, after the comma, this word appears as didn't. So didn't it. The wind is, for the wind, we use the pronoun it. So you bring it to the back, and then you put a question mark. After the comma, didn't. But then I started with blue. I did not start with didn't. So what is the answer that I want? No. Your answer that I want is yes, it did. Yes, it did. Because I started with a positive. That side, exercise 8. The football players didn't play well, did they? So I started with didn't. Behind becomes a did. What is the answer that I want? No, they didn't, because I started with a negative. So remember, positive, negative, answer that I want is positive. Negative, positive, the answer that I want is negative. So here I started with a negative, didn't play. So the answer that I want, the answer that I expect, the answer that I want you to agree with is no. So the answer is no, they didn't. Okay? The football players, you can see the S over there. That means many. So the pronoun for the football players with an S there is they. So bring the they to the back. Okay? Jane's mother didn't bake some cookies, didn't she? Sorry, did she? So Jane's mother is a woman, is a lady. So the pronoun is she. But I started with didn't. I ended with did. No? The didn't, bring it behind the comma, it becomes the opposite. Did. And then Jane's mother is a woman, a lady. So you need to put she. As I told you, the last word must be a pronoun. I, you, we, they, he, she, it. Only these 7 words. It cannot be did Jane's mother. You cannot do that. You need to use a pronoun. What is the answer that I want? When I say Jane's mother didn't bake cookies, the answer is agree with me. So the expected answer, the answer that I expect from you is no, she didn't. Because I started with didn't. He didn't contact his friends, did he? Again, I started with didn't. I end with did. The answer that I want is didn't. Follow the front, don't follow the back. When you are later going to do expected answers, the answer that you want, that you expect, follow the front, don't follow the back. So he didn't, so the didn't, bring it behind the comma, it becomes did. And then the he, bring it to the back, it becomes a small letter. So when you start with a pronoun, it's easier. But then if you don't start with a pronoun, you start with a person, then you have to decide whether or know whether it is he or she. And if you start with a thing, like for example the wind, then you change it to it, or an animal, you change it to it. No matter what happens, the last word must be a pronoun. Okay, there's no such thing as it's not a pronoun. The cobbler didn't mend your shoes, did he? Here you can see the cobbler. Is the sex mentioned? Did we say it's a male or a female? No. So before this video, I told you that when no sex is mentioned, no gender is mentioned, when we don't say whether he is a male or a female, our answer is a he. We use a male. We use he to represent a word that has no gender, that has no he or she. So here the cobbler, we use he. Why? A cobbler can be a woman. A cobbler can be a man. So since it is not mentioned whether it is a man or a woman, we use he. So the cobbler didn't mend your shoes. After the word didn't, after the comma, didn't change to did. And then the cobbler changed to he. What is the answer that I want? No, he didn't. Because I started with didn't. The tiger didn't escape from the zoo, did it? The tiger ate, the pronoun. Didn't, bring it to the back after the comma, it becomes did. And then the tiger becomes it, small letters. What is the answer that I want? When I say the tiger didn't escape from the zoo, the answer is no. Follow my starting time when I said didn't. So the answer that I want, the answer that I expect is no, it didn't. So why do I say the tiger didn't escape from the zoo? Why didn't I say the tiger escaped from the zoo? Because I believe, I know, I think that the tiger did not escape. That is why I started asking the tiger didn't escape. And then I want your answer. I want you to agree with me. Therefore, the expected answer is no, it didn't. I started with didn't. She didn't buy a dress at the mall, did she? No, she didn't. See, she bring it to the back, small letters. Didn't, bring it to the back after the comma. It becomes the opposite, did. What is the expected answer? No, she didn't, because I started with didn't. When I say like this, she didn't buy a dress, I believe she didn't, I think she didn't, or I know she didn't, or I'm sure she didn't. And then the answer that I want is you to agree with me. No, she didn't. Your brother didn't make a kite, did he? Your brother is a man, is a boy, so is he. Bring it to the back, he. Put a question mark. After the comma, didn't becomes did. That means it becomes the opposite. So, what is the answer that I want? No, he didn't. Because I started with didn't. Okay, so I'm sure you know now how to handle, how to do question text questions. I'm sure. 5 videos, I'm sure you can. Okay, now remember to give me a like, share and subscribe to motivate me. Okay, and I mentioned just now, book 2, I have 1 copy left. If you want to buy, do it. If you want to buy, contact me via this handphone number. If you want to learn speaking, go to my TikTok, my Instagram. Okay, you can learn from there. And if there are people in your place who want to learn English from me, I can go there to teach, but there must be enough people. If there are not enough people, then a few only or yourself only, then you can always contact me. I can teach you online. I use Zoom. Okay, but if there are enough people and you want to have a physical class with me, a short 1 or 2 week course, then you can contact me. I can go over. Because previously I served in Sabah. I was in Kota Kinabalu, after that in Sandakan. So I can still go to Sandakan, Kota Kinabalu in Sabah. I can also go to Sarawak. So if you are from there and you have enough people to learn from me, short courses, just to teach you the things that you don't know. You may have tuition, and I hope you just continue your tuition. But of course, in language, there are certain things that we don't know. We can't be good in everything. So the area where you are not good in, and you want to improve, you contact me. Okay, I will just, teach you the areas where you are poor in, and that it solves the whole problem. Okay, so I will see you in the next video.